আমরা এমন একজনকে পেয়েছি আজ, উনি খ্রিস্টান, তারপরে পরিবেশে থাকতো, সেখানকার পরিবেশটা ভালো ছিল না, তার জন্য জেলেও যেতে হয়েছে। পরবর্তীতে রিয়েলাইজ করেছে উনি চেঞ্জ হবে। তো চেঞ্জটা কিভাবে চিন্তা করেছে যে আমাকে ভালো হতে হবে, অ্যান্ড ভালো হওয়ার জন্য ইসলাম ইজ দ্য ওনলি ওয়ে দ্যাট হি চুজ টু বি মুসলিম। ভিউয়ার্স, স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আমার বাংলা মিশনারি মোটিভেটর চ্যানেলে। আমি মুশারফ, ইউএসএ থেকে। ভিউয়ার্স, আমেরিকাতে প্রায় 4 মিলিয়ন মুসলিম বাস করে। বিভিন্ন তথ্য মোতাবেক জানা গিয়েছে খুব তাড়াতাড়ি আমেরিকাতে মুসলমান ধর্ম হবে দ্বিতীয় বৃহত্তর ধর্ম। আজকের এই ভিডিওতে আমরা আমাদের এক ফ্রেন্ডের সাথে পরিচিত হতে যাচ্ছি। সো আমাদের ভিডিওটি আমরা ইংলিশে করব, আপনাদেরকে আমরা ট্রান্সলেট করে দেব। সো নাও আই এম গোয়িং টু ইন্ট্রোডিউস আওয়ার ব্রাদার Mujib. Brother Mujib, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Very nice to meet you and for having lunch with me. So you say your name is Mujib.
Yes.
Brother Mujib.
Yes.
Is it your first name, brother?
No, again, my original name is Rodney Waters. Regular, normal American name, you know.
And then you decided to change your name to be Mujib.
Yes.
Do you know in our Bangladesh, Mujib is a famous name? Do you know that?
No. I didn't know. No.
Okay, so he is the father of nation. His name is Mujib in Bangladesh. So this is the famous name, Mujib, inshallah. So I'm really glad that you got that name.
And to be funny, you know, to add on to it as well, I didn't choose it. A friend gave me it. One of my elder friends gave it to me. And he said it matches my characteristics of, you know, Abdul Mujib is a servant of one who responds. So he said it fits my character because anytime they needed me, I was always there.
Oh, very helpful, right?
Yeah, very helpful.
All right, thank you very much. So বন্ধুরা, তার নাম হচ্ছে মুজিব। নামটা কাকতালীয়ভাবে মিলে গেল। So my first question is, what actually motivated you to be Muslim?
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. What motivated me to be a Muslim? I could say you know, in our culture would be our neighborhood. My neighborhood kind of influenced me to be Muslim. You know, some of the elder guys that I respected when I was a kid that was Muslim themselves. They made a transition from being guys that used to, you know, poison the community, if you understand what I mean by poison the community, to help uplifting and change themselves. Yeah, from good to bad, right? You know, want to use metaphorical terms to, you know, to bring a little bit more excitement. So they went from good to bad. And I seen this change, and I was young. You know, I was young when I became Muslim. I took my shahada twice, to be honest. I took my shahada when I was 13, and then, you know, didn't really know too much because, you know, these guys, I said they understood, but didn't understand too much. And then when I turned 19, I took my shahada again. And it was due to a tragic experience that, you know, that made me say I got to get myself together.
So when you took first Shahada at 13, you were minor?
Minor.
So you took again after 18 years old?
Yeah.
At the age of 19?
Right, when I became, you know, a little bit more conscious of what I was doing and also with my decision making. So I took it again, you know, but then knowing like, okay, not knowing too much, you know, one of the things of Islam that, you know, just to give people understanding that one of the obligations of being Muslim is receiving dawah of Islam, meaning receiving it properly. I understood, but I didn't really understood as a 13. What do you understand as a 13-year-old kid, you know, from a bad neighborhood? You don't understand too much.
Right. What religion you used to practice when you were born? Your parents?
Well, my mother was born and lived a long period of her life in Georgia. We are first generation Northerners. Me, my sisters, and my cousins. Because our family is rooted in the South. So they, they're Baptists. They grew up on a Baptist, belief system, which, was a very big thing in the South, which is a form of Christianity.
Okay, so at the age of 13, you start thinking to change yourself, right?
Right.
But you are very young. What particular thing brought your attention?
Well, for when I was 13, I was kind of already, a product of my environment. What I mean a product of my environment, for the people who don't know, is that I was already adapting to what goes on in the African American culture, such as drug dealing, violence, fighting, things like that. I didn't graduate to the big stuff until I got about 16 years old.
You want to be good, that's your first thing.
Yeah, I wanted to be good.
Yeah, you want to, you saw the society growing a lot of bad things, and you want to get out from there, be yourself, a unique person, something like really represent who you want to be.
Right.
And you thought Muslim is
It's the thing.
everything
Right.
in there.
Right, because you've seen it through culture, you've seen how they dress, how they talk, how they act. It was that was the thing that attracted me.
So even though many people convert themselves, we are people like I am Muslim by born, especially living in this country like America, eating halal food, having like the attire, a dress for a Muslim, having beard and other thing it's not everybody is doing. They're just Muslim in a name. So I'm really impressed that you got into in your gut, and then you are keep going and you're doing this thing. And do you think, like after you're doing this, your heart, your mind is very satisfied, and you feel like you took a right decision?
Yes, absolutely. I felt as though I made the right decision, but fixing the heart is a ongoing thing. Is a constant struggle every day. Jahadat al-nafs, struggling with your desires, right? It's a struggle every day, right? Especially, going back to, I have to emphasize the environment I grew up in, because it's still ways you have, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, كَلَّا بَلْ رَانَ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. He said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. He says in translation that upon the hearts is run for what they used to earn, right? So for what your past was. So I'm still have this run in my heart from my past life. So it's a struggle every day to try to change that because it's still there.
One of the things I noticed in you, your Quran recitation, like the pronunciation is really good. So I think you had to work hard for that, right? And how did you learn Quran?
I learned Quran while I was incarcerated in prison by a teacher.
You are in prison?
Yeah, I was in prison. Okay. Yes, I was in prison.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I went yeah, it's okay. This is, I was in prison. I spent 5 years in prison due to a crime that I committed when I was young. So I spent 5 years in prison. So in prison, I said I have to really change, it's about time, because in prison, not just the environment, because the same thing how we have a perspective of what prison is like, it's really just the same people that that's doing a crime that goes there. So prison is just the same people that you was out here hanging with in society, they're there now. So it's not what it is, but it's still that what you lose going to prison. That you spend 5 years away, you lose family, you lose friends, you lose time. And I lost a lot of that. During prison, my daughter was in a car accident and almost died, and she's paralyzed to this day.
The time you're in prison, so you didn't see her?
I didn't see her. And then in the accident, my niece died in the accident.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but that's a tragedy.
Right.
And you were far from...
And far away, you can't see anybody, you can't talk to anybody, and it's just, you're just imagining what everyone is going through.
I am very glad that আমরা এমন একজনকে পেয়েছি আজ, এবং তার সাথে আমরা সাক্ষাৎ করতে পাচ্ছি যে সে আগে খ্রিস্টান ছিল, তারপরে ব্যাড নেইবারহুডের জন্য যে পরিবেশে থাকতো সেখানকার পরিবেশটা ভালো ছিল না, তার জন্য তাকে জেলেও যেতে হয়েছে। পরবর্তীতে রিয়েলাইজ করেছে চেঞ্জ হবে। তো চেঞ্জটা কীভাবে চিন্তা করেছে যে আমাকে ভালো হতে হবে, অ্যান্ড ভালো হওয়ার জন্য ইসলাম ইজ দ্য ওনলি ওয়ে that he choose to be Muslim. And this is impressive, and I think there's so many things to learn from him, because we are also Muslim, and so many Muslim people in our society are not doing the right thing. They are Muslim in name. I'm not particularly targeting any people, but as a Muslim, what is our motto to be? The Quran is said to have a good life, this life and hereafter life. So we don't do crime, we don't do drink, we don't do kidnap, we don't do clean, nothing. I'm really wordless to ask you any other question. So if do you have any advice to people like me, or Muslim people are going far from the practice?
My advice would be that don't give up hope, right? And don't let the temptations of this world distract you from the real reality, right? The Prophet ﷺ said in the Hadith in translation that Islam started strange and it will end strange, so give good tidings for those who are strange. That we're going to be not normal, what we say. We're not going to be the people who walk around nude. We're not going to be the people who party. We're going to do everything that goes against the mainstream audience, right? And it makes us weird. Like, oh, he just stopped and prayed in the middle of the street, right? You know, he pulled over, he's in, and just say you're in the mall, you're shopping for nice sneakers. You like nice sneakers, right? So, you shopping to get nice sneakers, and Salat comes in, and you're offering wudu in the bathroom. It's weird, it looks strange. But Allah promised to give good tidings for those who are strange. So don't be scared to be strange and be yourself, because it pays off in the hereafter. And the main thing is that we want to be pleasing in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter, and we all want Jannah. That's the thing, because this world is nothing but temptation, and what we call it here in society too, in American culture, a rat race. It's nothing but a rat race. Just everybody running around. So know that everything comes in, and even you get tired from running so long if you're in that rat race, and it's going to pay off in the hereafter. That's the thing. So don't give up hope.
So উনি বলছেন যে আমাদের ধর্ম পালন করতে হয়তো অনেক ধরনের সমস্যা আসতে পারে। মনে করেন আপনি একটা মলে গেছেন, এখানে আমেরিকাতে তো রাস্তায় মসজিদ নাই, তারপর আপনাকে উজু করতে হবে এবং নামাজ পড়ার প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে। অনেক সমস্যার ভিতর দিয়ে লাইফ গেলেও আমাদের ধর্মকে, আমাদের নামাজকে ধরে রাখতে হবে, তাহলে আরও মানুষ দেখে মোটিভেটেড হবে। যত সমস্যা থাকুক, কিন্তু সেটা যদি আমরা পালন করতে পারি তাহলে পরবর্তী লাইফে আমরা তার একটা সুফল পাবো। দ্যাট মিনস আল্লাহ আমাদেরকে রিওয়ার্ড দিবে। বন্ধুরা, আজকে আর আপনাদের কাছ থেকে বেশি সময় নিব না, তবে আমি মনে করি আজকের এই ভিডিও থেকে অনেক কিছু শেখার ছিল, আর এজন্যই আমরা আজকে এই ভিডিওটি করলাম। আশা করি আপনারা ভিডিওটি এনজয় করেছেন। সো যদি কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকে জানাবেন, আর ভিডিওটি শেয়ার করবেন, তাহলে আমাদের আরও অন্য বন্ধুরা তারা ভিডিওটি দেখে উপকৃত হবে। দেখা হবে ইনশাআল্লাহ।